important points about the nature of the question of consciousness, blah, blah. All right. I gotta pee. Hold on. Hello, Dr. Sitzman. Yes. No, it is not. I've been since summer 2022 in this. It is a caravan. Did you see or did I move too quickly? No, 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 no. This is I was in the tent and then this. Oh, okay. I don't think it should look like that. That's a compliment. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, yeah. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. My place. Oh, yeah, it does look a bit clean now. But yeah, okay, good, very good. Yeah, yeah. Well, let me give you a better look of it. Yeah. No, I because I thought when I imagine an Irish traveler caravan, I imagine a caravan, not one that you can drive, and also I imagine like an old thing from the 80s. I don't know. Well, yeah, well that's the thing, and then they were in Paris in the Bois de Vincennes. They had taken a parking lot by the Hippodrome, and uh, and yeah, all the latest models. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But no, it wasn't maybe you know what, let me clarify. It wasn't so much that I saw it as an insult. I it just there's nothing that I just didn't understand, that's all. I don't I st- but yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't understand, but thank you. Yeah. 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 Well, that's the great thing because every day that you drive, you have to clean it up because otherwise stuff will break and fall and stuff like that. So I drive every week, and I think that's otherwise mine also would be a catastrophe. No, yeah, right now I'm just I don't know really where I am. Let me see whether I can. Oh no, maybe not. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just there's an application that tells you where people have parked, where other people have parked. So I'm on Ibiza. Yeah, there's some place like 20 minutes away where I can go fill up with water. I'm on the island Ibiza. Yeah. 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 Well, it's very calm in the winter, and I'm gonna leave before the tourists come, before the parties start. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's still no book. You ask me that every time, but there is my work, my theory, which is advancing really well. I was just talking to Chat GPT about it. Um, but actually, so basically, um, um, I was pretty unhappy, or not. I was just frustrated in a lot of my life because I was pretty confused by human thinking and human interpretation and so on. So I did what anybody would, and I committed my life to understanding the mind and reading about it and so on. So it's been like 20 years now. And over the last 2 years, I've come up with I, I think a valuable framework for how to reframe how we see the mind. So rather than the short version, seeing it as a soul that has like a brain engine, but understanding that we are brains and that consciousness is probably an illusion, and then trying to understand all the different if then mechanisms that compose our psychological life. So every mechanism taking an input, producing an output, and the mechanism. So anyway, so I call these mechanisms its to de-anthropomorphize the mind. And there's hundreds of thousands or millions of these its that are not always interacting, but you have an it like, well, then you have biases, right? So those are your sort of less adaptive its. So you have in group, out group, halo effect, correlation equals causation, all the hundreds of biases that we've identified that we evolved with, that are mechanisms that we evolved with to help us get to an answer, but that don't usually get us to the best answer today, or at least don't get us the best answer all the time. And then we have other mechanisms that are still not foolproof, but maybe somewhat more reliable. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. That developing that and a language, a new way where we could talk about the interactions between these mechanisms. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, well, I would be happy to, um, but before I do, or maybe I'll make an appointment for like a month from now, so we can chat again. But what I wanted to explain about that, or why I mentioned that, is because I'm proud of the framework that I've come up with, and I'm no longer confused by humans. I mean, I'll be surprised by them, um, but it's within that framework. It's pretty easy to when you stop thinking of the human being as a single rational entity, and instead as the sum of all of these different mechanisms. Well, well, that mechanism exists. We already know about that. And then also the fact that they self-justify, that almost every mental event in the mind, when challenged, automatically enlists reinforcements rather than mechanisms of scrutiny. So we tend there tends to be less competition than there could be or than there should be in their mind between these mechanisms, because we see ourselves as one coherent thing, and so whatever comes out, we then go and rationalize or defend it. And so understanding sort of those processes has elucidated a lot for me. Um, but I mean, I'm on Prozac because, and I've talked to you about that I don't have the strongest commitment to a future here. I have been able to sort of alleviate some of the frustration that came with being confused by, or surprised by, or confused by humans by spending 20 years reading about how the mind might work. Um, but it doesn't change the humans, and it doesn't and so being however I am, I don't know, I know that maybe you don't think that I'm on the spectrum, but whatever I am, for whatever reason, I am constantly sort of misinterpreted and surprised by other people's interpretations of things and reactions to things. Um, that is that is a reality that I'm happy to deal with while I work on what I'm working on. Um, but it's not a reality that I'm looking for, that I'm interested in committing to. Anyway, so the important thing then, so a few years ago, back in 2018, I think, I had a conversation with my parents about not sticking around forever. Of course, they weren't super open to the idea, but my dad, one of the things he said was, "But there's so much of the world to go and see," and so on. A year after that conversation, I had a very difficult experience where some of my I had someone in my life who had reassured me that other people were misinterpreting me, and then other people said that I was manipulating this person, and so I wanted to do everything I could to not. Anyway, and this person was saying, "You're not manipulating me," blah blah. And after a year of this person reassuring me that I was misinterpreted at my job, and then also misinterpreted regarding our relationship, one night she kind of undid that and said that anyway, she took back what she said. But that night was the worst night of my life, and I like to say that night, Francis, he ended it. I did self injure a bit that night, and it was the first time. Huh? What ended? That he killed himself, Francis, and 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 then I changed our name, moved. I mean, it's not actually that all this happened immediately after this thing, but 2018 and 2020 was sort of a transition period for me, and then I moved outside. I committed, I stopped thinking about having a capitalist career or career in society, and committed to just my work and stuff like that, and yeah, and so, but uh, although since, let's say that depression started maybe in 2009, although my excitement about today, about the current moment I'm living, has fluctuated during that time, my excitement about the future has not fluctuated much. I mean, a bit, but it's been pretty much over the last, what is that, like 15 years now. Um, I don't want to be here forever. I don't, anyway. So all of that to say that so I have a dog who's only 6, so he's got, he's only halfway through. And then also I was talking to my parents the other day, and my mom was nice enough to have a conversation with me about a bucket list, and I put together a bucket list, and it's going to take me years to do these things. And so, just where I'm at now is is I've found a lot of peace and happiness, as a lot of depressed people do, in the transience or the temporariness that it's temporary. That that I'm having an amazing time on this island, lovely weather. I'm working on my videos, meeting cool people. I've got these projects that I'm going to work on: a novel, a script, an anthology for kids, a curriculum for teaching how the mind works, stuff like that. And then I get a lot of peace from thinking that after that I'll be able to go. So anyway, this isn't an urgent thing, but I want to let you know for my file where I'm at. And then ask you. I mean, I think it's all perfectly reasonable, of course, and I don't think it's a mental issue at all that I don't want to work super hard to stay on this planet. Um, I think it's just the way the circumstances are. But just in case, I wanted to talk to you about Abilify.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Well, not talk to you, actually. Ask you about Abilify. Would is it worth considering, based on what I've told you, adding Abilify to the Prozac?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Like I said, I am happy now, and I'm happy even about like the near future. I'm excited about even after this island. About
Maybe if I can make with Prozac, but do you think that you need that medicine that you are more fearful or?
no, I don't know. I don't think I need it. I think I am being reasonable, and that sometimes it's okay if a human brain doesn't want to live and thinks about dying and thinks about that life won't be forever, and getting peace from that. I think that that can be a normal thing depending on the circumstances.
Yeah,
Um,
so you're confronted with that one day.
Sorry.
With death, you will be confronted one day.
Yeah, yeah. But what I don't know whether it was clear. What I'm saying is, over the last my it was my 33rd birthday a week ago or so, and
Happy birthday! It's not too late to say that.
yeah, thank you. And I'm feeling very excited about committing to living another 7 years, and then when I turn 40, that should be enough time to finish this stuff. That I would then end my life.
Yeah, you can read a book which is called Steppenwolf. Hermann Hesse. I have the same idea. I don't know how it is called. Wolf of the Steppe or Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Stepwolf. And who's it by?
Hermann Hesse. Hermann,
Hesse, I
like
see it.
Hermann, and Hesse,
Yeah, I got it.
H-E-S-S-E. Same question, written in the 20s, of last 100 years ago. Same question.
What's the question?
40 years and then I finish my life.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, very good. So anyway, but we agree that that's not necessarily indicative of an emotional or an
Yeah,
interpretive.
well, Hermann Hesse was a good client for a lot of psychiatric clinics, but for other reasons he had a big separation behind him, which was very, very difficult. Success, and he was already at that time very successful. that's a book which would be something you could put profit from it.
Okay. Very good. So we
And
don't. So do you think it's
really a Nobel Prize for literature in 1949, I think. 50s, I don't know.
so
I've never met him once.
so I don't need to try the Abilify then?
I think this is something you could, well, in my opinion, my personal modest opinion is this is something you have to know about. This is a question, essential question. You have to look about it. Is it a life worth or is it not worth? This is something you have to do that. The same question is there God? Is there not a God? You can't do it. Well, it could be not be. You have to look for one of the other.
Okay.
And
I,
the same is about what do I want to do alive? Do you want it just until 40 or do you want a life after 40? This
yeah.
is questions you have to ask.
Well, I like to be a man of evidence. Maybe there's a God. I don't have evidence to indicate that there is, and maybe everything about my interactions with other people will change such that I can interact with people and
I don't want to influence you in one or in the other direction. But this is a questions. This is just one example. These are questions you have to answer for
yeah.
yourself.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I've answered
The
those.
same
Yeah.
is the question of what do you want to do with your life until you're 40, and what would you do when you want to be 41? What would you do there?
Yeah. No, no,
And
no. Yeah.
that is
Okay, very good.
a totally legitimate question, and
Yeah.
you have to answer it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, very good. All right. And I think I've answered them with lucidity.
Herman has found an answer.
Okay, I'll see what his is.
I don't want to tell it you because you can't really should read the book.
Yeah, very
It's
good.
not a big book, and this is one of the answers of Herman Hesse had. Maybe you could, but this makes you look how other people have decided, and this gives you maybe a solution for that question.
Very good. Oh, by the way, pharmacies don't really want to accept my Modiodol prescription.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
So, so do you? I mean, I guess you wouldn't know how the Spanish system works, but do you have any idea what I should do?
It's a question. If you mod it down, if they would they? This is I only can prescribe it for French patient and like in France.
And are you able to? Do you have like a?
I have a patient who is in the Netherlands where the pharmacy has accepted it. Sometimes it's good just to go to another pharmacy.
Yeah, and that's what I think I may do. But also, do you have Spanish colleagues who you could?
No, I don't have that. No, I would like to have some Spanish
All
colleagues
right, I'll try to find you
because
a
I would
Spanish
like to go
colleague.
to Spain. I like Spain very much. I would like to discuss with them. But
Very good. Okay.
I have not. I have German, also, and Swiss colleagues, and American. What else? No British, American, and Swedish, and Argentinian.
Very good.
But not Czech. Not anymore. Swedish, yes. That's all. It's not so
All
much.
right. Well, I'll see who I can find here on the island for you.
I think you just say the question that you needed. Say, tell them that you have narcolepsy and that you
Okay.
needed it,
Yeah.
and if not, you risk that you make a big accident.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's
Because
good.
of being the indications narcolepsy, tell them lie, lie,
Yeah.
lie, lie, lie.
All right. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Okay, I'll do
Say
that.
that you have the indication of narcolepsy, and if not, it's risking you that you're risking an accident.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, very good.
it's difficult, and um, you can't go. And if you want to go that, you have to go with your car to France, and that's a little
Yeah.
bit difficult.
Yeah.
should you do and make it helpless and
Yeah.
Spanish people. I don't know. Islanders are all we are British. You know, we people from the continents. I think we always think that the islanders are a little bit special.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The people are a little bit special here.
British included.
There's a lot of year-round Dutch and French and British
A lot of Germans, no?
folks, huh?
No, not a lot of Germans in Ibiza.
Germans too, yeah, 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 and who are very into the
Yeah,
hippie,
a lot of that was still the hippie area.
yeah,
All the people who were well queer, homosexual, all
yeah,
left right and go to Ibiza.
yeah,
So we
yeah,
had no place there.
yeah, yeah. So now I'm seeing the old. They're still the same people.
They're still the same people that became immensely rich by the clubs.
Oh,
They
okay, yeah,
organized the clubs, and the
okay,
clubs went very well. And now they are all millionaires, so not billionaires maybe, but really very rich. And they went there as hopeless drug addicts.
yeah, yeah.